Class, welcome to week 4. Thank you for listening again. This week is the assignment that we're going to be doing is continuing from the second week and the third week. Again, the goal is to write the huge research proposal paper at the end of your week 8. That's the goal. Okay, that's what you're doing. That's what you kind of taking a little chunk that uh, doing that as we go along. Your second week, you already completed the research idea paper. This paper is actually very similar to your second week paper, so it's imperative for you to actually look at my correction that I actually made for you during the second week when you turn in your second week paper. Okay, but also you're going to use your third week, which is your research, the 10 articles that you actually did your research, going to be incorporating into this paper as well. So you're going to add on to it. Okay, you're going to add part of your 10 articles onto the stuff. So you're not reinventing the wheel per se. You're not completely writing this out, or this whole thing out of the blue. Okay, you're actually going to be reuse some of those stuff that you've been putting in the past couple of weeks. Okay, so please, I highly recommend look at my correction. Don't make the same mistake again. It's very important. We're talking about you writing an actual research paper. In the actual research paper, you do not use any contraction. You do not use any I statement. So take out all the I statement because you're not going to be using that. Because you look at any research paper that you have read, the research articles that you read, none of them on there has said the word I on there, saying I did this, my research, I've done this is my idea. They don't say anything like that at all. So they're writing it from a third person perspective. Okay, and that's the higher level of writing. Okay, higher level of writing. So technically, you should be in your second or third or fourth year here at ACU. So you should have that higher level of writing as well. Okay, and higher level of thinking. So for this paper, you're gonna be doing 5 parts. Sorry. So 5 parts. You're gonna be doing introduction. That's one. Statement of the problem. That sounds familiar because you did a little bit of that in your research proposal paper, research idea paper. Purpose of the study, also you did that in the research idea paper. Hypothesis and null hypothesis, you also did that in the research idea paper. So you technically adding the introduction and adding the definition of terms. Okay, those two sections that you are adding. Okay, so please, it's very important, okay, to follow these. Some of these stuff that I put on here. This is to really help you write your paper. You're not writing the whole thing yet, but you're writing parts of this as we go along. For instance, use this as your main guide. Really using this as your main guide. Look at the how the running head. You should have your own title. Do not use this title. And you don't just say research proposal paper. What is your actual title? What are you testing? What are you doing? Use the actual research, the 10 article that you read. Use them as an example. Look at some of those research articles that you saw in your week 1. Use them as an example because that's what you're writing. That's what you're copying off from. That's what you're actually trying to write. So you should have use some of their ideas to write your own paper. You should have your name, your university name, the class, what class is this, and today's date, whatever date that you're writing the paper. Make sure the first page have running head, the title should be in all cap, and then the page number should be on top as well. Notice the second page, the word running head is gone. So please find out how to do that on Word document. You could YouTube this. could YouTube this. You will find this. Your writing class should tell you how to do this as well. This one has an abstract. You're not writing an abstract right now. You're actually going to be doing abstract in week 5. So do not do this for this week. Again, you're doing pieces of this paper, so this is a sample. So that what the pieces that you are doing. You're not writing this whole paper just yet. So the first section, which is the introduction part, you should be able to do this very easily. Okay, you should be able to do this very easily. This section. And you should use your 10 articles, not all 10, but maybe 1 or 2 articles that kind of help you introducing the ideas. Okay, 1 or 2 articles that you read and that you summarize. Use that part, be part of your introduction. Help you come up with the introduction. Okay. Same thing with the statement of the problem that you're going to be writing this week. So this is the introduction you're going to be writing. The second portion is your statement of the problem. Use the 10 articles, part of the 10 article, maybe 1 articles that really kind of help you be able to write this out. Or you could answer these questions as well that's on here. Use this as a guide to write your paper. Okay. And then you go on to the next section, purpose of the study. Why are you doing the study? How is this going to help mankind? What's the benefit of this study? So you're going to be, again, using the research part of your 10 articles. You could actually put 1 article on here talking about why is your research going to be helpful. Okay. This section, you should have this section already from your first part, your research question and hypothesis. You should come up with this. Again, please put in your hypothesis and also put in your null hypothesis as well onto here. So you're going to have a null hypothesis. You're also going to have hypothesis, both of them on here. So please make an indication of that. You are welcome to put a subheading like this, subheading and subtitle onto each section to make it a lot easier to read, and you know that what each section is actually for. I know some instructor doesn't like you to put this, but for the research paper proposal, this come in very handy, very helpful. A lot of time those are more of the like personal opinion type of paper, or personal statement type of paper. You don't want these subtitle, but for this particular paper, for this class, please use these subheading and subtitle. It will be much easier to read. Okay. So this section you should kind of have. You just kind of have to reformulate it, reformat it into this paper. And the last section that you're going to be doing for this week is definition of terms. So all this, you're just going to list out the term that's important. And this one only lists out 2, but you're definitely welcome to list out more than 2. Okay. And again, as you can see, they used the research that they found, the 10 research articles. If you actually have the 10 articles that you did, is there any of them that actually listed a definition of terms? So let's say if you want to do music therapy, you might want to define what music therapy is. If you want to do, let's say you want to see how, working out, doing reps, doing bicep curl, you might want to kind of write down like what is the bicep curl, what is the reps, what does the reps mean. So all of those find out from using your research, your previous research that you had found. 10 articles, there are somewhere in there that definitely define these terms for you. So that's why it's important for you to actually have the actual text of those articles, not just reading the abstract and then trying to summarize the abstract. You should have those 10 article texts with you, so you can actually use them, be able to fill this portion of this paper. Okay, so these are the 5 sections that you're going to be doing this week. Okay, so introduction, make sure you have the cover page. Okay, cut this cover page. You do not need an abstract this week. but you do need introduction, you need statement of the problem, purpose of the study, research question hypothesis, including the null hypothesis as well, and then you have definition of terms. So there are 5 sections you need to complete. Okay. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you again next time.